Look, ladies, this video, Six Medieval Methods, is one of those videos that looks like it's not evil. Trust me, the methods that I say, they sound nice, but I'm telling you, in application, you see what I'm talking about. Why? Because of the results. Most of my evil videos sound evil as fuck. But this one is gonna sound really deceptive, and this and the methods might sound similar, but they're not. Why? Because I sort of um I interviewed a lot of guys because I work with guys too. And these were the methods that got them to fall in love. Not triangulation, right? Those lots of felonies. Not criticizing him and being evil, right? That's a little bit too direct. But it's usually the subtle ones that work the most. And these are subtle. You see what I'm talking about? You guys might say is they all sound similar, but they're not. Okay. The reason why is because they're just so nuclear and so effective that you guys might see it and say, man, listen, just do it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. I coached hundreds and thousands of guys in the last 10 years. These are the things that women have done that made them fall in love. If you don't believe me, just click off the video and don't watch it. All right? And don't get fooled by how they sound. That's all I gotta say, man. Let's begin with the video. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're gonna be talking about how to use 6 medieval methods to make a man fall in love, people. Yeah, that's right. Today we're going straight to hell. And these strategies are called medieval methods because this is the type of stuff that they used during the days of Machiavelli. Okay. Now, if you do this, you might go straight to hell. Okay. Let's begin with the video. And don't forget, people, you guys can work with me one-on-one by going to mindfulattraction.org. You guys can book a session and know exactly when I'm going to be available. You'll see it right here. You can put your name, see the times, see when I'm available, and then put the date, put it right there. And then after that, you can just put your name, number, and I'll give you a call whenever you need to. Yeah, that's right, people. It's the easiest way to get in touch with Father Alex. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, you guys can go to you guys can get my free ebook and audiobook because it's like a gift that I have for you guys by clicking on the description down below where it says get your free ebook, and it'll be sent straight to your inbox. Okay. Now, let's talk about the first one. Okay. And it's very important that you guys understand the first method. All right. This one is toxic. The king's favorite. This method elevates the target to the status of a cherished favorite, showering them with royal levels of attention and approval. Then, like a fecal monarch, you suddenly cast them out with unexplained coldness, plunging them into a state of disgrace, a state of panic. This fall from grace creates a desperate anxiety to win them back to your favor, making them completely pliable to your will. Ladies and gentlemen, this is evil. This is pretty much, it's very self-explanatory. You're very warm, praising. Everything they do is correct. Then the next day, everything they do is wrong. And that high they felt all of a sudden now is replaced by a counteractive low, a panic, a fear, a terror in their minds, people. This is the type of stuff that bipolar people do, people with multiple personality disorder, people who are narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic, people who are neglectful parents, people who are resentful of their partners. And that's why the more bitter you are, the more addictive you could be. This strategy is one of the most self-explanatory strategies, but yet one of the most insidious strategies. It could be that you're praising him all the time, you're worshiping him all the time, saying how amazing he is. And then the next day, it's all about letting him know how much he annoys you, the things that bother you. And now you want space. You let him in your chambers. You let him enjoy a beautiful time with you, heavenly time. And now you don't want to see them. Now you're kind of disgusted by them. And then the next day, you act like nothing happened. Ladies and gentlemen, to the right person, because it doesn't work on everyone, it's extremely insidious and extremely addictive. And you got to be careful when you apply these strategies. I'm not even going to lie, because this can be to the wrong person. They could get very controlling, very manipulative, very dangerous, right? But to most people, what it does is that it makes them just completely weak for you. It makes them want to see the happy side. It makes them want to see the from that angry king. They want to replace it with that happy king, and all that they got to do is placate to your will. Number two, the oblique. This strategy isolates the target by monopolizing their time and turning them against their own world. Cut them off from the outside support. They become completely dependent on you for their sense of reality. This isolation makes them profoundly easy to control. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much solitary confinement. If you do this, you're going straight to hell. Okay, medieval hell. Listen, it's all about this is the equivalent of having them come to you, having them visit your land, having them visit your city, having them around your family where you are the center of comfort, having them come to your event where you know everyone and they don't know anyone. You don't have to put them in a cave in solitary confinement around rats. That's horrible. That's medieval. All you're doing is just isolating them. Take them to a faraway land that you know, but they don't know. Allow them to see the world through your point of view. Put them in a position where they have to completely rely on you. It's even better if they don't know the language. It's even better if they don't know the culture. The more isolated and the more foreign the place you take them to, the more seductive and the more dependent they're going to be on you. The velvet dagger, right? Now, what's a velvet dagger? It reveals a hidden and softer side that sharply contrasts with your dominant persona to create depth and emotional intrigue, right? It's pretty much finding out what is the softer sides of your personality. Oh, better yet, what is it that you are predominantly, and developing the opposite. If you're soft, develop your aggressive traits, right? If you usually attack, learn to defend. If you usually retreat, learn to go move forward and attack and destroy, right? It's developing the underdeveloped parts of your personality that was drowned out in you when you were a creepy little child, right? It's very important to do that because this is the foundation. If you don't have these contrasting qualities, unfortunately, to most men, you're going to look one dimensional and is not attractive to guys. Guys like to see contrast. Guys like to see the complete opposite of your personality. That's how guys are. That's how they respect you. Okay? And you usually saw this in the medieval days. Where the king always had an outward appearance, but usually behind the curtains, they were the complete opposite. It's pretty much what politicians is. And that's what makes them so dangerous because you never know what you're getting. So if you're masculine, develop your feminine side and be softer through meditation. If you're feminine, develop your aggressive, strong side through learning how to confront, through learning how to put people in their own place without catching a felony. Right? Now, the next one outside of the velvet dagger is what? Right there, right? It's the mask of fracture. What's a mask of the mask fracture? Let deliberate cracks appear in your public image so that others feel they're getting a glimpse into the real you, heightening their intimacy towards you and their fascination. It's very important that you learn to understand how you come across, right? If you're somebody that looks really hard on the outside, learn to have a softer side. It's like Hawk being sensitive, right? It's like Godzilla being nice to his little white girl. I was gonna say to that woman he was really nice to. It's the outward exterior of being harsh, strong, but being sensitive on the inside. And usually women are like that, right? Where most women have a soft side on the outside, but you want to be able to show them that soft, that hard side. How do you do that? Well, during moments of clear injustice, moments when they mess up, moments when they cross your boundaries, you then put them in their place. You say, "I don't like what you did. I don't like how you talk to me," right? And that coldness creates that broken mask. That coldness fractures the mask, right? Or even trying to hide your vulnerability, right? Is actually kind of evil. Trying to hide your vulnerability and letting them see you being vulnerable reluctantly, or even you trying to hide your aggressive side and letting them see it. For example, it's like the nice girl who's driving and somebody cuts her off and she's like, "Motherfucker." You're like, "Oh shit. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It's just, I got so mad." I'm like, "Okay." Oh damn! I don't know. That's crazy. Like you look so sweet, and all of a sudden, pressure allows me to see the other side to your personality. That's what I'm talking about. It's like when the girl says, "Oh, I usually don't do this," right? So the cracks are unintentional, right? Or you make it appear like it's unintentional, right? Depth gambit, controlled weakness, okay? Display insecurities or fears in controlled doses, signaling emotional complexity and making others feel trusted by your vulnerability, right? So that means if you're depressed, don't hide it. Don't hide the fact that you might have depression. Don't hide the fact that you might get sad, that you feel lonely, that maybe you don't think you're good looking enough, that maybe you don't think you look your age, or maybe you don't think you look feminine enough. Let them see it, because people fall in love with your weakness. People fall in love with your weakness. It's what draws them to you. It's what makes them appreciate you more. Not the strengths you have, not the outer confidence, not the fact that your life is perfect. It's the fact that they see that your life has a lot of imperfections which they can relate to. People like that because when they see weakness, they have a less intense desire to put you down. Allow them to see your weaknesses. Allow them to see the things that hold you down, the things that inflict pain, the things that make you depressed, so that they could then try to rescue you. Look at that guy, right? See that let them try to rescue you by showing weakness. When they try to rescue you, they get emotionally invested in you. It's just that simple. They get invested in you when they see that weakness in you. So don't be afraid to show this, because it's extremely, extremely seductive to people, right? Now, the next one is the dual crown, right? Now, what's a dual crown? It's maintain a balance of masculine and feminine, right? So not just your energy, but if you have feminine traits, learn how to do and show off your masculine traits. But how do you do that? Well, it's really just an external thing, right? If you're feminine, dress masculine. Trust me, right? If you're masculine, if you have masculine traits as a woman, dress feminine. Trust me. It's the you act feminine, but you dress masculine, or you do things that are masculine, right? It's like the girl who's feminine but knows how to play basketball, right? Or it's like that basketball girl, right? But has a really feminine body, right? It's the contrast, the visual contrast, right? That's why Coco Chanel, women loved the clothes that she had, which were very feminine, because her clothing had that contrasting quality, where most feminine women were able to dress in a masculine way. Why? Because it worked. Guys like that, right? The most attractive women that I've encountered weren't women that were terminators, but women that had a lot of feminine traits but dressed in a semi-masculine way. There's something about it, and it's not just me. It's not just me. You could ask guys, right? Or it's the masculine girl who dresses in a feminine way. It balances things out so that you don't have too much of a Terminator type of energy, because guys don't like Terminators. People, you know, guys like women who have that contrasting quality. Now, the next one is the controlled surrender. Occasionally let go of dominance to allow others to influence you, right? Even if you know how to change the light bulb, tell the guy to do it for you. Allow the other guy to influence you. If they like to see Teletubbies, allow them to see that you also like to see Teletubbies. For example, me, I've had girls who, the ones that I really liked were the ones that developed an interest in my interest. They're like, oh my God, like, let me see videos of Larry Bird. Oh my God, let me see this, let me see that, right? It made me feel validated. It made my taste validated. I'm like, yeah, of course you'll like what I like, because what I like is really good. Don't assert your dominance. Let the guy feel like you are that he's influencing you, right? Provoking attachment through shared power dynamics, right? He feels like he has power over you because of his because of his taste. He's able to change you, and that creates that connection. So then, when you're then disagree with him, so then when you say "fuck Larry Bird," right, it kind of creates a pain that makes him like you more, not push you away more. This works in politics. This works honestly. And in fact, politics it wouldn't work. With politics, like that's Melissa right there, right? With politics is what works the most. Right? If you mimic a guy's politics, man, he's gonna say, shit, I found a girl right there. I wouldn't recommend that, because eventually, if you don't have similar political tastes, it usually doesn't lead to long-term relationships. It really doesn't. So you got to be careful with the politics ones. So don't do it too much. Um, Anyways, man, so these are some of the methods to mind fuck a guy, right? You guys might see this to be as simple, right? But you'd be surprised. This is literally how guys fall in love. It sounds simple, but go ahead and do it. It really does work. Okay, it really, really does work. As simple as it is, this really is most guys fall in love with women. Okay. Anyways, check out my commitment formula. It's my new course that I created to break patterns, to attract guys that are emotionally available, right? To allow you to escape situationships. You can pre-order it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says pre-order that course, and you'll see there's a bunch of reviews about my courses. All of my courses get a lot of great reviews. So if you don't like it, you can just get your money back. Take care.